Pretty crazy to think that this is our third Shelby 1000 now. We had a black wide body glass roof car earlier in the year last year. Now we have this one and also a silver wide body glass roof car. Only 23 Shelby 1000s were built in 2012. To me, it is the pinnacle of Shelby performance. You have a 1,000 horsepower car dating back to the build on this is 2012. Shelby really had his hands all over this car in terms of the engineering, and to get it to 1,000 horsepower, that was always a bucket list goal of Carroll, to get a car that he can produce 1,000 horsepower in, hence why you see the Shelby 1000s. Totally different than the Shelby Super Snakes. These cars were totally redone. You had the 1000 package at $150-some thousand just for that package, not counting the cost of the car. This car total has just under $207,000 in the build, dating back to 2012 again. So to think about that kind of dollar figure going back to 2012, what would that equate to today? We've seen some of these modern Shelbys like the Code Reds and what they're fetching in terms of price. I always thought that this was, again, the pinnacle of the Shelby cars. I think for any Shelby collector, this is a necessity for the collection when you're talking a car that is so low produced in terms of production numbers with 23. This car is really special because you have CSM number 3. So the CSM number is the serial number showing that it is registered through Shelby American as a true Shelby 1000, real deal. Why is number 3 significant? Because it was the first one that was offered to the public. CSM numbers 1 and 2 were not. They were given to people who were connected to Ford or connected to Shelby. Love the red on this color. On this car, the color pops, especially with those Shelby 1000 wheels. Always was a fan of those wheels. 350 miles currently on the odometer of this one, which is crazy because you still have some factory plastic as you go through the inside of the car. So some plastic still around the steering wheel, some plastic still on the passenger side where the glove box is, some plastic, like I said, around the steering wheel as well. But you don't see them in this kind of shape or condition for the Shelby 1000s. Usually these cars have at least a few thousand miles on them, but rarely, if ever, I've never personally seen one with miles as low as this car. So again, CSM number 3, 350 miles, still having some factory plastic. As you guys notice here, you have your Shelby 1000 seats with the embroidery. I said it in the video for the 2007 Super Snake. We've had so many cars now that you just have an idea as soon as they get off the trailer, the condition that they're in. This car is literally perfect. I have not seen one mark, flaw, imperfection at all. It looks as if it does back in 2012 coming out of the factory out in Vegas. One owner means a lot because you know it was meticulously cared for and maintained. And another reason why I thought that right out of the gate when this car was delivered was the ungodly amount of documentation, literature that is with every one of these Shelby 1000s in our Super Snake. But you see here, Shelby 1000 floor mats still in the plastic, everything super organized. Here's your total build cost, like I said, $206,000, just under $207,000. When you have all of this stuff and somebody who's kept this and kept it in the condition that it's in, some of this stuff never opened, you know that the car is just as pampered and cared for when they have everything like that. So again, we'll show you guys everything that comes with this car on our website. You want to see all the invoices. We don't want to bore you with item by item of what was actually included in the Shelby 1000 package. Again, there's so many bags here. We're going to unpack everything that's in there to show you guys what comes with the car, but to give you a quick idea, you know, everything is here. Another nice piece with the Shelby 1000s is all the carbon. You'll see back here on the deck lid, you have carbon fiber, you have the diffuser, carbon fiber, And then right in the middle, the Shelby 1000 piece is carbon fiber as well. Such a sinister look. This car, no stripes. All you have is on the bottom, the Shelby 1000 decal, and below that is your carbon fiber. So if it wasn't for the Shelby 1000, just by sheer look, you would never know that this car had 1,000 horsepower in it. Carbon fiber splitter, carbon fiber hood scoop, also up by your wipers as well. And we're gonna pop the motor and show you guys where a lot of that bill comes from for the Shelby 1000 package. So as we get under the hood, you guys will see here all of the carbon fiber pieces. You have your carbon fiber fuse box, the valve covers. They also say right there on top, Shelby 1000. Really is a work of art what they were able to do under the hood, not just in terms of performance, but also the aesthetics of it. You see how much space and area this motor takes up. Kenny Bell supercharger. You have your belts right there saying Shelby 1000 on the front as well. Always loved the look of the Kenny Bell, polished aluminum. Again, you'll have your Shelby 1000 with your CSM number right here. And again, this car, I'm telling you guys, is perfect. It's meant, we have a very, very high standard. I don't use those words lightly. I compare, you know, cars that are perfect to delivery mile cars like our Vipers, like our ZR1s. This car fits the bill. You put it next to any one of those cars and you're thinking this car is right there in terms of quality as those cars. So again, Shelby 1000, one owner, 350 miles, meticulously maintained and cared for. I doubt, you know, that there's a cleaner, lower mile one out there than this. We have the silver wide body with the glass roof, which I love, but it does have a little bit more miles on it than this one right here. And in terms of, you know, investment grade, definitely investment quality, and it's nice that you have a few hundred miles. You can take it to some shows, you could enjoy it, but anytime you have a car that cost $200 and some thousand 13 years ago and is one of 23 produced and the first one offered to the public, it's a blue chip slam dunk investment for sure.